Hey guys, I'm going to show you today how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And this is a very simple beginner's method. There's only 5 algorithms to memorize, and they're pretty short. There's a lot more repetition, so it takes longer to solve, but it's a little easier on memorizing the algorithms, and also it's a little more intuitive. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to solve the first top layer, the white layer, then the middle layer, and then the yellow bottom third layer. And so with the white layer, you want to start with getting the cross, the 4 white edge pieces, and then the 4 corner white pieces. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have a white and red here, and we have a white and blue here. We have a white and orange here, and we have the white and green here. So we want to bring all those 4 pieces to the top. And so one thing we can do is we can bring this one right here, the blue, white, and then turn it to match the blue. The next one is the red. The red we can just bring down first. If you have any white pieces on the bottom, on the yellow, that makes it a lot easier, because then all you have to do is, for example, the red, white one, just turn it over to the red side and then bring it up to match it. We have the orange, white here, so we can bring that to match the orange and bring it up. And then we have the green, white one here. Now you can't just turn it to this green here and bring it up, because the orientation is not correct. So what you have to do in this case is you can either do an algorithm like U, L prime, U prime, or you can just kind of intuitively think about it. You want to move this piece here, but you can't just turn it over. So what you want to do is you want to move this over first so that it goes into the position, and then reset it so that you don't break any of the other ones, and line this up. So once you have the cross, the next step is to get the corners. And to get the corners, this will be the first algorithm. And what you want to do to set it up is you want to get the piece, the corner piece. So for example, this corner piece should be a green, red, white piece, and it's not. And the green, red, white piece is actually over here, and we need it over here. So for example, how would you do that? So you would have to move this out of this corner and into this corner. And so here's the algorithm to do that. So what you want to do is you do this algorithm which moves these 2 corners, the top corner with the bottom corner. So this algorithm moves the top corner with the bottom corner. Then you can move it over, line it up, and do the algorithm again to swap it, to move it back up. Okay, you can do that, or you can start with an easier one first. So as a shortcut, after you do this a couple of times, it becomes more intuitive. So for example, in this spot, you want the red, blue one, and the red, blue one's actually over here. So this is actually a bad setup, but that's okay. The orange, blue one is here, which goes here, orange, blue. Let's see, the orange, green one is here. Okay, so the orange, green one is here. So I want to start off with the easy case, so I can show you the algorithm first, and then we can try the edge cases. No pun intended. So what you want to do with the white, green, orange corner is you want to bring it over to the orange, green side, line it up. Okay, put it into position, because you want this piece in this spot here. And so then you do this algorithm that swaps these 2. Okay, and the algorithm goes like this: right prime, down prime, right, down. Okay, R prime, D prime, R, D, and brings it up. But it's not in the right orientation. So then you just keep doing this algorithm again and again. And this is this is the first algorithm. It's an easy algorithm, and we're going to use the same algorithm as the last step when we do the yellow corners. Okay, so again, right, down, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. You just keep doing that until it's correct. Okay, then let's do the next corner. So this is supposed to be blue orange. So the blue orange one is here. Okay, so now let me show you how you would get this out and bring it over here. So you do this same algorithm, swapping these two, right? So R prime, D prime, R, D. Now you brought it down here. So now let's bring it over here because this one goes on top. So we just do that again. Right prime, down prime, right, down. It's not in the right position, so just keep repeating this algorithm. Right, down, right, down, right, down, right, down. It's good. So now let's do this part. Red, blue, white. Red, blue, white is here. Okay, this one's supposed to go up here. So okay, so let's just swap these two. So again, same algorithm. Right, down, right, down. Oh, okay. So sorry. So now we've already swapped them. So now, well, we can keep going until this is correct. Well, let's just keep going until this is correct. Right, down, right, down, right, down, right, down. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. Okay, so this is good. So now this piece is down here. We move it over to the red, blue side and swap them. Same algorithm, right? Right prime, D prime, right, D. Okay, so now we solved the first layer. You can tell by the T's. Now we flip it around to the yellow side, and we want to get these 4 middle edge pieces. Okay, so here's the second algorithm. It's a little bit longer, but it kind of makes sense. Okay, so what this algorithm does is it moves this piece either to the right position or the left spot. Okay, so for example, well, let's take this piece, the orange-green. So the orange-green should go here, green-orange, right? So you don't want to put it like this because when you move it over, see the orientation, the colors are flipped. What you want to do is put it so that the colors line up, matches, and then you want to flip it in. Okay, but you don't want to do that right away because you're going to mess up the white on the bottom. So you do this algorithm. Okay, and this algorithm is going to take this piece and move it into this position here, to this spot. So the algorithm goes like this. We're moving it to the left, so it's a left algorithm. So you start with the top, U prime, left prime, U left. Now let's go the opposite way. U front, U prime, F prime. So that last F prime moves it into the spot without messing up the bottom. Okay, let's do the next one. Orange, blue. So the orange, blue is here. Let's bring it over here, line it up, and you want to bring this over here, right? That's what you want to do. That's the last step. So here's the algorithm. So the same algorithm, although this time we're moving it to the right side. So it's the inverse. So what you want to do is this algorithm to move this piece to the right side. We're going to move it to the right. So U, R, U prime, R prime. Now let's go the opposite way. U prime, front prime, U, front. And that front brings that piece into position. Okay, now let's do the blue and the red. So the blue and the red is up here. We bring it over to match up. Okay, and then we do this algorithm again to bring it into here. Again, we're going to the right. U, right, U prime, right prime. Now let's go the opposite way. U prime, front prime, U, front, and that front brings it right into position. Okay, last one, red, green. So the red, green is here. We don't have to, we don't have to bring it over here because, right, that's a mismatch. Leave it here, right? And we want to bring this to the left side. So going to the left side, what we do is the same algorithm to move it to the left. U prime, left prime, U left. Now go back to the right. U, front, U prime, F prime that we're visiting. So now we're done with the first two layers. Now we do the last layer. So the last layer, there's many methods to do it. I'm going to show you the simplest or the shortest algorithm to memorize. It's a little bit longer. It's more intuitive. It's easier for if you're just starting off or you just don't want to memorize all the algorithms. So what we want to do is we want to get the yellow cross. Then we want to make sure the edges are in the right position or permutation. Then we want to orient the corners. I'm sorry, we want to place the corners in the right position, permutation. And then last, we want to orient them to face the yellow face up. Okay, so let's start with the cross. So this is the next algorithm. And this algorithm is you'll see a pattern when you keep repeating this algorithm to get the cross. Okay, so the pattern that you'll see is you'll start off seeing a yellow center with no other yellows. Then you'll see an L shape. And if you see an L shape in a different place, you want to put it in this place right here, facing the left back. And you'll see it once we do it. Then you'll see a line. If you see a vertical line, turn it this way so it's a horizontal line. And then you'll see a cross. Okay, so I'm purposely just going to keep it like out of order and do this algorithm. But if you're lucky, you already have a cross, or you only need to do it once or twice. So let's do this algorithm. Ideally, you, like I said before, if you see a line, then make it horizontal, right? Don't do it the wrong way, do it the right way. So you see a line, keep it horizontal, and then do this algorithm. So the algorithm goes like this: front, right, up, right prime, up prime, front prime. And then you get the cross. If you don't, then just keep repeating it. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. If you see something like this, just turn it so that the L is facing this way, and then just do it again. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. See the line? If the line's like this, keep it horizontal. And then do the algorithm again. Front, right, up, right, up, front. Then you'll get the cross. Once you get the cross, next step is to make sure the placement of the edges are correct. See, so this red is fine, the green is not, the blue is not, and the orange is not. So ideally, what you want is these two to be correct and these two to be the bad ones. If you put the two bad ones here, this next algorithm that you're going to do and that you're going to repeat, you only have to do it once. If they're all correct, then that's fine. Then you don't have to do this next step. So here's the algorithm. Again, you want to put the good ones here and the bad ones here. And then you'll do this algorithm. Right, up, right prime, up, right, up, up, right prime, up. And so what that does is it'll flip these two. And so now this is good, but this is still bad. This is good, and this is bad. So these two are good, these two are bad. Okay, that's fine. Just keep repeating this algorithm, right? Up, right, up, right, up, up, right, up. And then, so what you have is, this one is good. So let's put these two that are bad here. And this one is good. So, oh, good. We got the two good ones and the two bad ones here. Okay, so now keep the two bad ones here and do this algorithm again. Right, up, right prime, up, right, up, up, right prime, up. And now the edges are correct. So now that you have the cross and that the edges are placed correctly, we do the last step, which is the corners. So we want to make sure we permutate the corners, put them in the right position, and then we want to orient them, all the yellow faces up. So this next algorithm is to, what it does is it rotates these three pieces and keeps this one the same. So what you want to try to do is find one of the corners, and don't turn the top layer because the edges are correct. Okay, so this last step, don't mess up the edges. Just if you need to turn the whole cube. What you're looking for is you want to find one that's correctly positioned. So this one is not. It's green here. This one's not. This one is not. And this one is not. Okay, so if all of them are not in the right place, then that's fine. Let's just do this algorithm and then you'll repeat it until it's correct. And so the algorithm goes like this. U, start with the top. U, R, U, and then L prime, and then U, R prime, U prime, and then bring the L back. And so what that does is it rotates these three, keeps this the same, but now you'll notice that one of them is in the correct position, which is this one right here, orange, blue, yellow. So you want to put the one that's good in the front right corner, and then just repeat this algorithm again, because you can see these are still not in the right spot. So here's the algorithm. Start with the top. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And so what that does is now it'll bring all the corner pieces to the right place. And if it's not, then just keep doing it again until you have the four corners in the right places. Okay, so U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R, U, and then L. Okay, so this last step is the same algorithm that you did on the white corners. Okay, it's the algorithm is the R prime, D prime, R, D, right? Right down, right down. You just keep repeating, right down until the corners are all facing yellow up. So what you want to do is you want to find one that's not. So in this case, all four corners are not yellow. If one of them was yellow, well, it doesn't matter. Just put the one that's bad here. So before it was put the good one here. Now the last step, put the bad one in this corner. And so now we just do the algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. Okay, now it's fixed. So it's good. So now leave everything alone. It's messed up. Just be careful. Just turn the top until another bad one is on this corner. And let's correct it. So same thing. R prime, D prime, R, D. Right down, right down, right down, right down. Just keep going until it's good. Right down, right down. Okay, now it's good. So now let's move to the next one. That's bad. Do the same thing. Right down, right down, right down, right down. It's good. Last one. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. Right down, right down. And now it's solved.